Namaste, and welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers, from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Free Will, Part 1, from Sri Aurobindo. All is free will, or else all is destiny. It is not so simple as that. This question of free will or determination is the most knotty of all metaphysical questions, and nobody has been able to solve it, for a good reason, that both destiny and will exist, and even a free will exists somewhere. The difficulty is only how to get at it and make it effective. The only free will in the world is the one divine will, of which nature is an executrix. Human free will is real, in a sense, but like all things that belong to the modes of nature, it is only relatively real. The mind, riding on a swirl of natural forces, balanced on a poise between several possibilities, inclines to one side or another, settles, and has the sense of choosing, but does not see the force behind that has determined its choice, because that is something total and to our eyes indeterminate, which works out through a complex variety of particular determinations. It is doubtful whether belief in fate or free will makes much difference to a man's action, but it certainly matters a great deal to his temperament and inner being, for it puts its stamp on the cast of his soul. The man who makes belief in fate an excuse for quiescence would find some other pretext if this were lacking. His idea is only a decorous garment for his mood. It clothes his indolence and quiescence in a specious robe of light, or drapes it with a noble mantle of dignity. But when his will clutches at an object or action, we do not find him pursuing it with a less strenuous resolution, or, it may be, a less childish impatience or obstinacy than the freest believer in free will. What we now call, in our ordinary mentality, our free will, and have a certain limited justification for calling it, yet appears to the yogin who has climbed beyond, and to whom our night is day and our day night, not free will at all, but a subjection to the modes of nature. There is a will even in the atom, but we see clearly enough that it is not free will, because it is mechanical, and the atom does not possess the will, but is possessed by it. The tiger can be no more blamed for killing and devouring than the atom for its blind movements, the fire for burning and consuming, or the storm for its destructions. If I could answer the question, the tiger would indeed say, like man, that it had free will. It would have the egoism of the doer. It would say, I kill, I devour. But we can see clearly enough that it is not really the tiger, but nature in the tiger that kills. It is nature in the tiger that devours. And if it refrains from killing or devouring, It is from satiety, from fear, or from indolence, from another principle of nature in it, from the action of the guna called tamas. As it was nature in the animal that killed, so it is nature in the animal that refrained from killing. Whatever soul is in it sanctions passively the action of nature, is as much passive in its passion and activity as in its indolence or inaction. Well, but in man, at least, there is another action, a free soul, a free will, a sense of responsibility, a real doer other than nature, other than the mechanism of Maya? So it seems, because in man there is a conscious, intelligent will, buddhi, is full of the light of the observing Purusha, who through it seems, observes, understands, approves or disapproves, gives or withholds the sanction, seems indeed at last to begin to be the lord of his nature. Man is not like the tiger, or the fire, or the storm. He cannot kill and say as a sufficient justification, I am acting according to my nature. And he cannot do it, because he has not the nature, and not, therefore, the law of action, svardharma, of the tiger, storm, or fire.